Viralnater presents Joanna Gaines from Fixer Upper Breaks Silence. One of the most watched real estate TV shows of all time is Fixer Upper on HGTV. Chip and Joanna Gaines are famous people in their own right, and they're also famous for hosting a very popular show. There were dark secrets behind the show's surface, but as their marriage grew, the truth began to come out. Let's look at the action that goes on behind the scenes of this TV show that everyone loves. Not a good start. A lot of people thought Chip and Joanna Gaines were the right match for fame and money. They were not only hosting one of the most famous shows ever together, but it was also clear that they were both huge real estate experts who were great at everything they did. But the truth was that it wasn't easy for them to fall in love. There were problems from the very first date when Chip showed up late and made Joanna angry. It was clear that this was the start of a bad relationship. Cash flow issues. These days, Chip and Joanna Gaines are known as a very successful couple and real estate experts. But before they got the job of the TV show, they were having a very hard time with money. The show came at just the right time for them because they had no money at all. But it wouldn't be the end of their problems. It's love. And that wasn't the only trouble Chip and Joanna Gaines got into because of the show. A different couple is shown in each episode of Fixer Upper, but there was one type of couple that was missing. They never showed any LGBTQ couples or children. Some people saw this as an act of discrimination, and more evidence came out to back this up. The hate church. As more people noticed that the Gaineses never showed same-sex partners on their show, they began to wonder if they were against them. But when they found out what church they went to, it seems like their suspicions were right. Chip and Joanna's preacher was publicly against LGBTQ people and supported marriage bans and conversion therapy. Oh no. Oh no. False upper. Even though there have been problems with the couple, it's clear that a lot of people still love Fixer Upper and watch it often. Some things are wrong with the show itself, though. The show calls itself a reality show, but many of the contestants have said that a lot of it isn't quite as real as it seems. Things like the talks about buying a house are generally fake. The house is bought before the show shows up. The real price. True, Fixer Upper doesn't pay for everything, even though the whole show is based on the idea of giving these happy homes a free makeover. A lot of the money has to come from the landlords. So much so that people who want to be on the show are told to have at least $50,000 in the budget, even more if you can. Hide it. Another thing that isn't quite as real as it seems on the show is how far the repairs go, because it looks like the whole house changes when you watch. However, only a few of the rooms get major renovations. Other rooms only get small fixes like a fresh coat of paint. Not in charge. For many, Fixer Upper is all about seeing Chip and Joanna Gaines make homeowners' dreams come true by giving them newly restored home that they've always dreamed of. But the truth is, it's not about what people want. It's not their choice. You have to agree to let the Gaineses make all the decisions before you can go on the show. Not fair. Radio quiet. That's not the only thing that many contestants on the show said they didn't like about how Chip and Joanna treated them. Not only do the homeowners not have much say over what's done to their homes, but they're also not even allowed to talk to the Gaineses directly. The hosts are too busy to talk to anyone directly now that they're so well known. Don't do it yourself. The idea that Chip Gaines does a lot of the work himself during the improvements is another part of the show that's shown in a way that isn't real. He does a lot of these things for other people who aren't being filmed, even though he's pretty handy. He seems to be very busy, but we don't understand why he needs to act like he has more to do. Slowdown. You might think that an episode of Fixer Upper goes by very quickly while you're watching it. They look for a house, find one, and fix it up in what seems like a few days. Though that's just the magic of TV. The whole process usually takes about 6 weeks behind the scenes, and that's before the repairs even start. Make a promise. The more we learn about the truth behind the show, the more we understand that the people who appear on it go through a lot to get there. Along with that, they have to get through another hoop, which is that you can't apply for any other makeover shows. You need to tell them which ones you do. We don't think that's fair. Getting ready. Fixer Upper seems like a lot of fun when you watch the homeowners. Professionals help you find the ideal home and then turn it into the palace of your dreams. That sounds like fun. However, the truth is that the whole thing can be pretty hard and painful. Like the shooting times are from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're worn out just thinking about it. 3 short words. Be the first to say "I love you" at the beginning of a relationship. It can be hard and scary. It wasn't the reaction Chip was hoping for when he told Joanna a few months later. She just said, "Thank you." Think about it. He allegedly stormed off and they got into a fight. She did say it back after a few weeks, but it's still not the most beautiful thing we've ever heard. In town. Fixer Upper might make you think that if you find a house through the show, it will not only be your dream home, but will also be fixed up in a skilled and top-notch way. But don't think this means everything will be fine. It won't be at all. One couple said that no one told them that their area was very rough and dangerous, even though they loved their house and the work that had been done on it. Oh no! Don't fall asleep. Another great thing about the hit show Fixer Upper's beautiful home makeover is the beautiful, well-matched furniture that's shown in the end product. But the sad truth is that most of this furniture is just for show. The beautiful chairs and drapes are taken away when filming is over, leaving the people who live there without even a cushion. Poison friends. It's one thing to find out that buying a house and fixing it up isn't quite as exciting as you might think for the lucky couples on Fixer Upper, but it's a whole different story to find out that the experience could be poisonous and deadly. The Environmental Protection Agency saw the show and decided that the Gaineses weren't protecting themselves from lead paint properly. It's unbelievable. A wave of crime. Even though Chip and Joanna Gaines aren't exactly to blame for this, it still makes us feel bad that the show has turned dark and scary in general. Because your best reality show can often make you want to change things in your own life, which is great. But do you know what most people who watched Fixer Upper wanted to do? It seems that the biggest effect was that a lot more people stole barnwood and other building supplies. What a sad way to live. Legal matters. Of course, it makes sense that the Gaineses would want a break from shooting their hit show at some point. However, their TV job was hard work, and not just because they put in a lot of hours at work. They were always getting into trouble and controversy, such as they've been sued several times, including by Magnolia Market neighbor, over a very heated parking argument. A bunch of not joy. You'd think that Chip and Joanna Gaines fans would be happy and excited when they told everyone in 2017 that they were going to have their 5th child. People were really bad, though. They said they were making the world too crowded and not listening to their kids when they said they didn't want any more brothers. Maybe it's not the Gaineses who are the trouble, but their mean fans. Put-downs for parents. For extra bad luck, the news outlets took the Gaines' good news and made it sound bad and negative. Chip and Joanna Gaines are pretty successful, but USA Today said they should not have put their jobs ahead of their children. Seems like parents can't do anything right. That may be true, but it's only their business. Hollow houses. Not only that, but other parts of the show are also known to be fake. You think that the people who are on the show will live in their dream home after they find it and fix it up, right? Many of them don't live there after the show's over. Instead, they rent it out to people who love the show. It looks like the Gaineses get mad when people do this. Band-Aid child. Fans and the media didn't support the Gaines family and congratulate them on their new baby. Instead, they were even more critical of them when they heard the news. Reports started to spread that the unhappy couple was having another child just to make things better, not because they wanted it. Taking apart signals. Though fans and the media were not sure of Chip and Joanna Gaines' real reasons for wanting to have another child, stories started to spread that they were not happy together behind closed doors. They've been hearing stories of a split for a long time. Are these rumors true? No one knows. Spinning off spec. Even though people were talking about how their marriage might end, Chip and Joanna Gaines also had to deal with a lot of talk about their future on the show. Many people began to wonder if the Gaineses would take on other high-profile projects as they became famous on their own. It was said that Joanna was going to quit her job and start her own makeup business. Over and over. When you watch Fixer Upper episodes, it seems like everything that happens is real, but a lot of it's fake and made up. When they show the contestants' real emotions and what they said, they often have to say the same thing more than once to get the right shot. Not real. Last words. A lot of people kept saying that the Gaineses were breaking up, both romantically and professionally. But the truth was that they were only breaking up from the show. Once the 5th season came out, it was made public that it would be the last season of the show. They both agreed on what to do, but it would only spread more dangerous tales. Reasons for Rocky. As news spread that Chip and Joanna Gaines had said the 5th season of Fixer Upper would be their last, reports started to spread that they had made this choice because they were having trouble with their marriage. Even though the Gaineses said they were still going strong, a lot of fans weren't sure. Money screams. A lot of people were talking about other scary rumors as they tried to figure out why Chip and Joanna Gaines ended their show. Many people saw that the reality TV couple was very focused on making money, so they thought that they'd quit the show because they were turned down for a big pay raise. Taking a break from it. The Gaineses finally told the truth about why they quit their hit show, even though everyone else was busy trying to figure it out. And it wasn't that exciting. That's all they said. They'd been working hard on it for years, and now they just wanted to take a break and focus on other things in their lives. Bad mistake. That wasn't the first or last time Chip and Joanna Gaines were sued because of something related to the show, which was a shame. A woman once sued them for $200,000 because she hurt herself on one of the picnic tables outside of their Magnolia studios. The Gaineses didn't give up. They said that the accident wasn't their fault in any way. Dog trouble. There was already a lot of talk and drama about the Gaines' personal lives and jobs, but then stories started to spread about trouble with their pets. One of the Gaines' neighbors didn't like how they let their dogs run around the area, so they called animal control and had the dogs taken to the pound. A small fight. Their dogs being sent to the pound was a big deal, but that wasn't the end of this sticky problem. The Gaineses got in trouble for not taking good care of their dogs and also didn't pay the fines animal control gave them. After putting off paying their fines for a while, they were both caught and had to pay back all of their bills. Fate and money. These were not the only times in their lives that the Gaineses didn't pay back the money they owed and got in trouble. Did you know that this famous couple didn't pay all their property taxes, even though they'd made a lot of money on building homes? That's correct. They were sued again, this time for bills of more than $12,000. Ouch! It's about money. It may not have come as a surprise to many fans and friends that the Gaineses were being sued for not paying their taxes. These people already had a general idea that the couple wasn't always honest with their money. The New York Post said that Joanna Gaines tried to charge $150,000 an hour to sit through her interview. What the heck? Feud between property brothers. The most popular show on HGTV right now is Fixer Upper, and Property Brothers is a close second. Competition on the shows is fierce, and Chip and Joanna have been in the news for what is said to be a fight with the Property Brothers, Jonathan and Drew Scott. The Scotts told the New York Times that the Gaineses were offered a guest spot on Property Brothers, but they turned it down. Drew Scott later denied the feud, telling Fox News, "We're one big family, which is why we love having fellow HGTV stars judge us. We know a lot of the HGTV talent well. We've met Chip and Joanna a few times. They were very nice." People have already found homes to buy. When people are on the show, they've already chosen a house they want to buy before the cameras even start rolling. You have to have a deal to be on the show. past homeowner who went on the show told New York Magazine. They show you other homes, but you already have one. Still, Chip and Joanna start every show by showing their clients 3 possible homes. People from Texas. There are a lot of houses in Texas, have you noticed? Why is that? Because the TV pair only remodels houses within 30 miles of their own home so they can be close to family. Waco, Texas is where you have to live to be on the show. Joanna Gaines told fans on a Facebook Live Q&A, "Our kids are young, so until they're all grown up and off to college, Waco is where we're going to base our remodeling business." Don't work with Gaines one-on-one. A lot of people want to work one-on-one with Chip and Joanna Gaines, but that doesn't happen to people who are on the show. A lot of times, homeowners talk to the design helpers instead of the HGTV stars. But it makes sense since the Gaineses have 5 kids and a lot of business. Even just thinking about how busy their lives must be makes us sick. Dealing with spinoffs. Fixer Upper was a huge hit during its 5 seasons, which ended in April 2015. Fixer Upper Behind the Design, which ran for 1 season, and Fixer Upper Welcome Home, which started airing in January 2021, is still going on. They're 2 spin-offs of the main show. The Magnolia Network shows Fixer Upper Welcome Home, which is in a new season of Fixer Upper, shows how Chip and Joanna turn old homes into dream homes while growing their family and business. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon